Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is my third time trying to film this, and if you hear me talking to someone or if there's some weird stuff going on, it's because my sister's in the background. Hopefully I can make it work this time, otherwise I'm going to kick her out. Anyways, so today I'm going to be telling you about what I went through to get this hairstyle done. If you haven't watched my previous videos, my hair used to be like a light brown with streaks in it, natural streaks, never got it dyed. But now I have this purple in here. I hope that that shows up on the camera. I have it on this side and I have it in the back. And this is actually a purple, but it shows up black in pictures and on the camera, which is okay. So basically this was the most horrible experience I've ever been through. And I'll get into that in a minute, obviously. So I went over to my mom's for Christmas and she gave me this little tiny package like this big, and it had 2 pieces of paper in it, and it was just a receipt and basically like a gift certificate just saying like what I could get done and who I was going to. And this was supposed to be the best hairstylist in town, whatever. And my mom and sister had gone to a lot of work to get this all, you know, ready for me. And so I was like, well, I'm gonna wait for a couple of months because I want to grow my hair out. And so my mom was like, come on, just do it, just do it. And I waited, and around March we made a hair appointment for March 3rd, I believe. And I was like, okay, awesome. So I waited an entire month because this hairstylist had actually moved out of town. So she took my mom's money and she moved to the next state over, but it wasn't like something close. It wasn't a couple hours away. It was like 8 hours away. But she told us like, yeah, I come back once a month and I'd be willing to do it that day. And you know, if that works for you, I'd love to do that still. And so we were like, yeah, that's fine. We'll wait. So I waited for an entire month for this hair appointment, and I was like, awesome, today's the day. So my mom and I met at this hair place, and we went down, and I was like, sweet, can't wait to get my hair done, and I had the picture ready, and I knew exactly what I wanted and how I wanted my hair cut and all that. And we get down there, and I walk into the beauty salon, and they said, who are you here for? And so I told them her name, and they said, oh, you're here for her. And I'm like, okay, yeah, what's wrong? And they say, well, she hasn't really shown up today, and you're like the 3rd person to come in to try and get a hair appointment. Like, she made these all in advance, and she hasn't shown up, and we don't know where she's at. Excuse me? You don't know where she's at? My mom spent a ton of money on this gift, and you don't know where the hairstylist is? So, of course, we were like upset over it, and we had waited, and we had got up early so I could go to this hair appointment, and my mom's like, you've got to be kidding me. So she messages this lady. What should I call her?
Lauren.
Okay, we're gonna call her Lauren because I don't want to just say this lady the entire video. So we'll say Lauren. My mom messages Lauren on Facebook, and she's like, hey, we tried coming to the hair appointment today, like, where are you at? And we don't get a response for a while, and so we decide we're gonna go out to lunch while we wait for her to respond, just to see, you know, maybe she had something come up and she just couldn't make it today, or maybe she's gonna be late and nothing. And so we go, and we're gone for about an hour. And my mom still hasn't heard anything, so I'm like, okay, well, I'll go home. If you hear anything, just let me know. And my mom's like, all right, I will. So she goes home, and I go home, and later that day we find out that she had some other more important things, and she had stood up the entire day's worth of appointments, probably like 10 to 20 appointments. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And I get on the Facebook, like, rants and raves page or whatever, and people are so mad. They're posting the most horrible things about this hairstylist and like saying that, you know, she's a no-show and just awful things about her. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm glad this wasn't just me that this happened to. So my mom messages her, and she's like, okay, so you move out of town and you make an appointment with us, and then you don't show up and you have my money. Like, you need to figure this out. So she tells my mom that she'll send her $75 back. And my mom says, that's not how much I gave you. I gave you $95. And Lauren is like, oh, well, I have it here. It says you only gave me $75. And my mom says, no, actually, I paid with a credit card, so I can go in and look at how much exactly. Did you see that?
Yeah, did you just see that?
Oh my gosh. If you guys didn't see that, the lights just flickered. My mom messages this lady, and she's like, no, you need to give me my $95 back, please. And she's like, no, it's fine. And she's like, the reason why I didn't show up that day is because I have things going on with my lawyer. And my mom's like, okay, cool. Is that supposed to like be threatening to me? And my mom is like, not someone you mess with. So she's like, oh, well, I see it's $75. And my mom's like, no, you're going to send me $95 or I'm taking you to court. So Lauren goes back on and she looks at the receipt and she realizes that she's wrong and that it was $95, and she says, okay, well, I'll send it in 2 days, because this was like a Saturday, I think, and so she was going to send it on Monday or Tuesday, and my mom's like, okay, that's fine, I just want the money back. So Tuesday rolls around and my mom messages Lauren and says, hey, are you going to send me that money? And she says, oh yeah, it's in the mail, it's in the mail. And so we just wait, and we waited, and about Thursday we're waiting. And this isn't that far of a drive, you know, like mail does not take that long. You know, Saturday rolls around, the following Monday rolls around, and finally Tuesday rolls around, and my mom's like, okay, I'm gonna give it 2 more days. If she hasn't gotten a hold of me, I'm gonna get a hold of her. And she waits, and the following Thursday, she calls her, and she's like, where's the money at? And she's like, well, I haven't put it in the mail yet. And my mom's like, you've got to be kidding me. You told me this would be in the mail last week. Like, what are you doing? And she's like, well, I had already spent the money, so I was just waiting for my paycheck to show up. And personally, like, if you haven't fulfilled your end of the bargain, like, you shouldn't be spending the money. But my mom's like, okay, well, this is your last chance. If we don't have this here in a week, we're taking you to court. And she's like, I'm going to call the cops because you're basically stealing our money. You're not doing what you're supposed to. And I'm going to call the cops on you. And so she's like, okay, well, I'll put it in the mail today. So she goes down and I guess she put it in the mail and took care of it. But so my mom's upset by everything that we had gone through basically to get my hair done. And so she's like, okay, I hope that the next person we try to make an appointment with isn't, you know, as bad. And so I waited for a couple more months, and I actually just got it done like 2 weeks ago, I guess. But I was like, I'm kind of scared now. Like, I'm really scared to go to someone, and what if they mess my hair up and I don't know who to go to. And so I like started checking around on prices just to see how much it would cost to get colors put in my hair. And I called this one salon here, and I'm not going to say the name of it because I don't know how many other places are named this name. But I called down and they said, well, it'll be probably around $85 for the dye and then another $20 for your haircut. And I was like, okay, that's doable. So I called my mom and she says, okay, call and make the appointment. So I called down there and they made the appointment for the next day. It wasn't any wait time. Like, we just went in the next day, which was like a Friday or a Saturday. And we go in and everything's going fine, and the lady's really, really nice, and she turned out to be so good. Like, I went in and she had to bleach out some of the color in my hair to get the brighter streaks to come through. So she bleached them out, and then she went in and she put the darker color in, and then she went and put the light color in, and then in the back it came out pink. Like cotton candy pink, and I was like, that's not what I asked for. And she's like, I know, we're just gonna have to redo it again. So she redid that and this side because they were really, really light, and then this side she left just normal. That's why it's quite a bit lighter over here. But she went through and she bleached it, she dyed my hair 2 different times, and then she went and did the darker color, and she cut it and she put layers in it, and I absolutely love it. She did a great job, and I think I'll go back to her. But basically it all turned out good in the end. But it was so awful what we had gone through to get the hair appointment in the first place. So yeah, I just wanted to share this. I hope that this never happens to anyone else, but I'm sure it does. And if you have a crazy story like this, make sure you leave it in the comments down below. And yeah, I think that's about it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye!